The teacher that has definitely influenced me the most was Miss Wendy Wilson. She was my grammar and reading teacher at Colegio Americano during intensive English, which is the course that you take to learn English during a whole year, so you are ready to enter 7th grade with the people that have been in Colegio Americano for all their lives, and you have the same English level. Miss Wendy is of those kind of people that you can listen and talk to them for hours without getting bored, because she had always fun stories to share about the places where she had lived and the friends she had made. So I really learned by talking to her and being her friend, because she always encouraged me to try new things and practice my pronunciation and talking. And she was of those kind of teachers who never get tired of helping you, and they really care for her students, because she was very dedicated and she loved her job. So by that I got the sense of responsibility that I owe it to her to be the best student. So at the end of the year, I got an award for being the best student in the English department. But I also learned more than pronouns and verbs from her. I learned that in life, the best way to learn and achieve something is by trying and never giving up, even though you are not the best when you try it for the first time, because that's what life is about, of trying many times and never giving up. I remember my 8th grade English class, which was taught by Miss Stephanie. I really liked her class, even though she didn't like me very much, and I didn't have the best grades. But I really loved that we read poems and books as a group, and then she helped us analyze them, and by that I got very interested in literature, and thanks to her I have very good grades when it comes to reading comprehension, because she taught me a lot, and because of her I am able to understand more difficult texts in English than most people, because she was a very good teacher and she always made her lessons very interesting by selecting cool texts which we read together. And she also was kind of funny, so I really liked her class and I really liked her. During the 9th grade, I had an oratory class in which we had to give speeches to our whole classroom of 3 minutes defending a point we wanted to explain. So, in that class, I learned the skill of talking in front of people without getting nervous and giving a well spoken speech in English and in Spanish. And nowadays, I value that skill because I'm able to give speeches without getting too nervous. Because at the end of the school year, I had to give a presentation that lasted like 10 minutes in front of like 70 people. So by that, I conquered my fear of speaking in public, and nowadays I can give almost any presentation or speech without getting too nervous and messing up. And that's a very valuable skill now that I have to give presentations frequently, and I know that this will be very useful when I get a job and I have to speak to people, depending on what I choose to study. My favorite hobby is reading. I read an average of 50 books per year, my goal would be to read 80, but it's nearly impossible because I have to read like 3 books per week, and I really don't have time to do that. I read in my free time while I'm in the car waiting for my mom or waiting for the teacher to arrive in class or something like that. But I also read always in the night, and it's a very important hobby for me because by reading I learn new words every day, and I practice my English because I always read in English. I almost never read in Spanish unless it's for a class or something. But also I like reading because by reading I clear my mind of all the problems and responsibilities I have during the day, and I just can relax and concentrate on what's happening on the character's life, and I forget my life. So it's really relaxing to have that time with your brain like off and living another person's life without stressing, because I'm a person who stresses a lot of everything about little problems, big problems, and reading really helps me to be more relaxed and peaceful. One person that has a great influence in my life is my cousin Sofia. She is 13 days younger than me, and even though she is my little cousin, she is a very wise and great person because she has had many difficulties in her life, but she has taught me that when life is hard, you have to keep your smile on and don't let it get to you and your heart, because if you are bitter about all your problems, the only person which will end hurt is you. And now she lives in Mexico DF, but I go to visit her during summer and in Christmas, and I really love her. She's like my best friend and my soul sister, because even though she's only my cousin, I feel like she's part of me, and even though we don't live in the same city, I always have her in my heart, and I couldn't imagine my life without her.